And if Canelo Alvarez does make sense and you step into the ring with him, obviously that's a super fight for boxing. How does that go down? Just break it down for us a little bit. We want to see it obviously happen.
I ain't gonna break it down to you.
No,
you know what I mean? The strategy is me leaving with my hand, you know, rolls and everybody mouth dropping. That's how I can, you know, sums it up in a little bit of.
First video of 2025. Timothy Bradley comes out and says that Terence Crawford beats the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. I can just do this all day. The two-time demonetized champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Smash the like button.
Check it out, man. Been increasing talks about a potential matchup between Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford. We've been kind of talking about this fight ever since pretty much Crawford fought Errol Spence. Shortly after that, Terence Crawford expressed interest in facing Jamel, etc., etc. Then it just somehow magically wound up being Canelo Alvarez, and now here we are today, hoping to hear that this thing is real. But a lot of boxing people in the boxing community have their opinions on this fight. And one guy with a very strong opinion in the boxing community is none other than Timothy Bradley, future Hall of Famer Timothy Desert Storm Bradley. And check out what he had to say about the matchup.
What's good? I'm back again, the biggest hater in the sport of boxing. Yo, real quick, just got done. I woke up 3 a.m. I don't know, someone told me to study Canelo, study Crawford. Crawford about to beat the shit out of Canelo Alvarez. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. Yes, he is. Number 2, Devin Haney. You want to get back, man, go back to your roots, bro. Go back to where you started, bro. Where'd you start? You started in Mexico, man. Go back, get one of those guys out of there, man. Go back, start there. That's where you start. Go back to your roots, bro. Get some of that humble pie, bro. Go back, start where you started. Start where you started at. And, bro, I'm telling you, you go back where you started, you're going to come back up. You're going to come back up on top. Peace.
Now, to hear what Timothy Bradley had to say, more times than none, your boy Bushido agrees with Timothy Bradley's take on boxing. And I agree with this one as well. I believe that Terence Bud Crawford is all wrong for Canelo Alvarez. I'm not saying he goes out there and just stops Canelo Alvarez. That's something that Triple G couldn't even do. That's something that we never seen done, right? So I'm not expecting a smaller Crawford, right? A naturally smaller Crawford to go up there and just knock out Canelo Alvarez. I'm not expecting that. But what I am expecting is a masterclass performance to rival the one that he put up against Errol Spence. Not equal to, but better. Because it's the biggest fight to be made in the sport of boxing. A lot of people don't think he can do it. A lot of people think he can do it. Guys like Coach Kevin Cunningham. Guys like James Toney. Guys like Breadman Edwards. A lot of guys believe that Terence Crawford can make something happen against the mighty Canelo Alvarez. But then you got some guys, right? Guys on the boxing media side of things. Guys who may share the same lane as your boy Bushido. They don't seem to want this fight to happen. And now these guys can't say Crawford this, Crawford that. They can't say these things anymore. So now what they're going to do, oh, well, he don't deserve to fight. Oh, well, he's just too small. Oh, well, I just don't want to see it. Right? Why I don't want to see it. This is what these guys are doing now. Why? Because maybe Terence Bud Crawford took some shots at some of the guys with bigger platforms, took some shots at some of those dudes, and now some of those dudes who was riding on the other side with Errol Spence, they feeling some type of way. They can't say nothing. All they can say is that they hope he don't get the fight. That's all they've been telling their audiences. They hope he don't get the fight. Nah, I want to see the fight. It's a big fight. It's a fight that could be coming up relatively soon. It's a great fight for the sport. And it'll show us who will be the king of this generation. Because we know the last king of the last generation was Floyd Money Mayweather. This fight between Crawford and Canelo, will it determine who's the king of this generation? If Canelo Alvarez beats the mighty Terence Bud Crawford, will that place him as the king of this generation? On top of everything that he's already done. Or will Terence Crawford, which is one may consider a tougher task in him beating Canelo than Canelo beating him. This is just on paper, right? This is just what they're saying. But if he was to go up and beat Canelo Alvarez, would that place him amongst some of the absolute greatest fighters in the sport of boxing? I think the fact that Crawford coming down from lightweight, a former lightweight fighter, and now at this point of his career, at almost 40 years old, he's fighting another fighter who's been around for a long time doing his thing in Canelo Alvarez. Albeit a bigger fighter, but not bigger in every aspect, right? So I think it's a great fight. I think it's a fight that's interesting. I think Terence Crawford will be able to handle Canelo Alvarez surprisingly a lot better than some of his critics may think, right? Canelo Alvarez isn't a guy who his style isn't something that's hard to figure out, right? It's just a matter of Terence Crawford comes in there on his best night, similar to what he did against Errol Spence. And I would argue that he may come out even better against Canelo Alvarez than he did against Errol the Truth Big Fish Spence Jr. But yeah, you guys, Timothy Bradley said Bud Crawford beats the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. And I would agree. Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.